What's up, everybody? Brian Tong here, and I got something special for you, a surprise, because Apple just dropped iOS 18.2, the developer beta on us. This is going to be early access, right? This is only for developers. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of it, and we just found out about this, so this is really exciting. So we're going to give you a hands-on on everything you can do, and this really focuses on the image creation tool. So we're talking about Genmojis, we're talking about image playground, then you have ChatGPT integration, and new writing tools. We're going to cover all of that right here for you. So the first thing I want you to do is take a look here. Yes, it looks very similar, but what we're going to do is let's have some fun and show you Genmojis. I think that was the most popular buzzworthy feature that came out of the keynotes. And so I'm going to go to my buddy John Kim here. And yes, we have a normal message thread, but I'm going to go here into my messages like I would type someone. And remember, you can hit that emoji icon in the corner. And then you have, some of the emojis that you're using. But over here on this right side, there's this little kind of rainbowy icon. I'm going to click on that. And this is Genmojis. It tells me to start with a few words or a phrase. It's almost lunchtime. Let's do this. I'm going to type this in. You can do it by voice or by typing in, but I'm going to put in a taco tower. There's no emoji for that. We're going to create one right here. And I'm going to say done. And it's going to take a few moments, but this is generative AI. This is all handled, right, through Apple's iCloud on device, completely private and secure. Here's the first taco emoji. Here, this looks more like a taco tower to me, okay? And if you keep on going, it takes time, but it continues to generate multiple options, not just 3, but I think I've gotten as far as maybe like 6 or 7. So these are just kind of ridiculous, cool things. I do like what they did with this second one. So that's the one I'm going to choose. And what it does is it automatically pops this into my message, and I could say lunchtime and send it along, and it's just that little guy. Now, here's the thing for people that are curious about this. Genmoji, let's say someone's not on an iPhone platform. Let's say you're using a third-party app that doesn't have access to the Genmoji API yet. Well, it'll send it as like a sticker, as an image file. So everyone is going to be able to get it either way. But just to let you know, the Genmoji API, that is also going to be available to developers. It's up to app developers to integrate it. So it just makes it a more easy inline system where it's not a separate image file. It just kind of flows directly like this. So that's Genmoji. Let's just have fun. And I think let's just do another one. Let's just do a crazy one. I want to see if they can come up with something like this. A surfing banana. Okay. Surfing banana. Did I spell that right? Okay. So we're going to go done. And again, we're going to let Apple's image creation generative AI tools work in. Look at that. I already got, okay, I like when there's different options here. Okay, there's a surfing banana with a palm tree. Is that a banana surfboard? They even tell you some descriptions may create unexpected results. That's unexpected. But okay, I got like a banana with a pineapple hair. Okay, I do like this first one, so I'm gonna choose that one. And again, it'll just pop it in line, and you can write a comment. But right, this is something that you want to play with, and I actually have been pleasantly surprised. I know I'm going to use this a ton. I'm not going to use this all the time, but who doesn't love to create their own emojis? And this is all done kind of right in this Genmoji style, Apple style. Very fun. Okay, so we got Genmojis. The main thing to also remember is once you send these, I believe it saves them to your stickers, right? We have stickers that you've made from still images of people and have like stylized them. This should save also to your sticker drawer. So you have a variety of ways to use this. Okay, so let's go out here now and let's talk about Image Playground. Now, there's a variety of ways to get to Image Playground. I'm going to first show you the app, okay? And it looks like this little icon here. It's called Playground. And I'm going to click on that. And I've already saved a couple of pictures, but let's walk you through this. This is where you can create images from scratch. You can use people. You don't have to use people, but I'm going to hit this plus sign here now. And it says describe an image or add a suggestion from the list. Now, what you'll have here down at the bottom is suggestions. So I see things like, yes, me, Brian Tong, if I want to incorporate myself, but there's a party hat, there's a sunset, there's a disco. And as you keep on scrolling, you can kind of add and layer on different suggestions. So maybe what I'll try and start with is, okay, let's do a birthday. Okay, so that's one of the options. It's going to start generating stuff as you kind of fill in more fields. Here's like, right, okay, basic birthday, that's fine. But let's get this a little more cray-cray, okay? I'm going to put myself, let's add disco as another suggestion. So it's going to start generating something combining disco and birthday. You see that? And again, like I told you, there's going to be multiple options. Although these look very similar right now, they are subtly different. Now let's throw someone in here like, I guess we'll throw myself in here. And the image playground, based on the images that I have of myself, it's going to incorporate me into something like that, or what they believe. So let's take a look at, I guess, what it's building. You can start seeing, right? It's that blob is moving around. Can I actually? Yep, there you go. I mean, that does. Other than it's hard for these things to get the stripe in. There's me a disco birthday Brian. Okay, let's do this. So I can just say done and save this one into my collection. Yeah, it's okay. So, right, we have these three. Let's try something different here, okay? Let's not involve a person at all. And I'm going to say, let's go to Starry Night. And let's go with a robot. Or no, a chef. And let's do a volcano. That makes total sense. A Starry Night, chef, volcano. So because there's no person in here, it came up with this image. There's some different options, but I think you have the most fun incorporating a person. So let's see if I'll see if I'm doing this right. Let's see if I can add a person. I'm going to add my wife, Shauna, in there. And then from here, it says choose a starting point. So these come up with image playground versions of your friends or your contacts. And then you can choose this as kind of the starting reference point that you incorporate this person into this image playground. You all following along with me? Yeah. Okay. So let's do, sure. Let's go. I'm going to go with this one. Okay. And hit done. So now we have Starry Night, Chef, Volcano, Shauna. See what it comes with. The blob is blobbing. It's thinking. Okay. Yeah. She's a chef. It's a starry night. There's a volcano in the background. This totally works. But you have all these different styles and looks of it. And also, right, this is kind of that nice brush style. You can go here in the corner. This is the animation style. And on this plus sign, you have illustration. I'm going to hit that. And so it actually will change the style of the image. See that? Now it's more like it looks more hand-drawn. All right, that's cool. Let's also show you something else that we know. I'm going to hit done here so we can try and do something else. Okay, so that's that image. And then again, it saves it to this playground library. The thing to note about the playground library is that just like you can sync information on iCloud, if I open up my playground app on another phone, these photos will be there. I can delete them. I can move them around. And again, this is all done through iCloud. So that's pretty cool as well. Let's do one more example here of how Image Playground can work in different ways. Let's hit the plus sign here. And you can actually choose a photo or take a photo. So I'm going to choose a photo from my collection here. And I'm going to go to collections and maybe choose something from favorites. And let's look around and see, you know what? This is a cool one of my mom. She was doing hula. So the blob is blobbing, but you can see here it says try a photo with one person. And so I'm going to hit undo. These things aren't perfect. This is, generative AI. And so it basically told me that image of my mom doesn't really work and vibe well. So let's try a different one. And this is just the actual experience. I'm not trying to give you a sanitized version. We're just rolling with it. Okay. So let's try, that's two people. Okay. One person. Let's try this. Yeah, I'll do this. This is from a trip from Europe. And there's a picture of me there. And I guess it's very interpretive. I can see there. I guess this is it. Let's see what else they got. I mean, I was wearing a blue jacket. I don't think this, at least here, it's not really showing that it's handling this very well. Let's give it one more chance, okay? But I think this is important because this shows you what it can really represent. I think with the photos, it's very derivative. It doesn't even keep me in that scene or the environment. We'll try one more. Let's just see if I can handle this. I'm going to do the Statue of David. All right, this is from when I just recently went over to Florence. And again, even it says unable to use that description. So it really has to be a certain type of photo for this to jive with. Let's give it one last chance, guys and gals. I know you all want to see this work. Okay, let's try a picture of me and Justine from the store opening. Let's see what it does here. There's 2 people in this photo, and see, it looks like it's only focusing on one person. So there you go. Hit or miss. I mean, I think stylistically it's fun. I think this really excels more when you're creating something from scratch, right? From like these different suggestions and then picking a person from it. That's probably the most fun. I do want to show you one more thing here. We're kind of picking it up, but let's go here to our contacts, right? Remember, we have a list of contacts, people that are in your phone. Okay, I'm going to, because we don't want to play favorites, but between my nieces and nephews, I'm going to choose my youngest nephew, Tyler, because he's the young one. And so again, I think this is probably my favorite part of it, is when it takes an image of a family friend or loved one and it gives you all these different twists and interpretations. And what you can see is in the corner here, these are all different photos of Tyler, but it gives me a different output based on what it sees from those photos. That again, when you label contacts, family, friends, or loved ones, it can do that. I don't have any pets, so I don't know if this does this with dogs, but yeah, there you go, Tyler. That's what you look like for Image Playground. So I do want to tell you all, just to kind of let you know a little bit more information about this. Okay, the API, again, for Image Playground can be incorporated by other apps. Apple's going to make that available to developers. Also, there are guardrails here, so you won't be able to do anything. They stray away from anything that has to do with like violence, nudity, and just like they have their own guardrails. So you can try things, but the guardrails are there before you input and even after you output. So they kind of prevent you from getting a little crazy. Also, yeah, copyrighted material. So let's say characters like Mickey Mouse or something, those will not be able to be used in Apple's version of Image Playground or any of their image creation tools. Okay, so we showed you some of the fun stuff. You know what? Before we go on, I'm going to show you more about ChatGPT integration, visual intelligence, but let's take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, ESR. ESR is a leading brand of mobile accessories, from cases to chargers, and I've got different ways to protect your phone that are functional. It all has to start with ESR's classic hybrid case with stash stand. To me, this is ESR's iconic case. It's the thinnest at 1.6 millimeters on the back. MagSafe's built into it for fast wireless charging, and you can attach all of your MagSafe accessories that you're used to. But it has one of the most clever stands that acts as a guard around the camera, protecting it when it's flush, but it can be used to stand your phone vertically or horizontally. Then there's the CloudSoft case with the stash stand. This is a variation of the classic with a more comfortable to hold liquid silicone that is soft to the touch, and there's a pre-applied anti-spray to prevent dust from accumulating. The back of this case is 2.1 millimeters, and again, it's compatible with all the MagSafe accessories you expect. And you will still get that awesome stash stand to position it however you want. Now, if you want something more durable, check out the Cyber Tough case with stash stand. This has a 3-layer design, delivering a 7 times military-grade protection that can withstand drops from up to 23 feet high. And a strong magnetic lock for MagSafe accessories, and the versatility of the stash stand make this one of the most versatile tough cases on the market. And then the icing on the cake for all this, the ESR ArmorRite screen protector. It comes with an ultra fit tray to make installing it a breeze at home, which typically can be a pain to do. Place your phone in the tray and pull the tab like that. It's crafted from super strong 9H glass with a triple strengthening process. The ArmorRite screen protector can withstand 110 pounds of edge pressure, and it's great on its own or can complement the 3 cases that I talked about. So protect your iPhone and level up your accessories from ESR. You can search for ESR MagSafe on Amazon. All right, let's get back to our video and more about iOS 18.2. Thanks for hanging with us. We've got tons to show you. This is really fun stuff because it's fresh and new, and it really started to make my phone feel like the promise that Apple gave us back at WWDC. So let's talk ChatGPT integration. And how does this happen? Well, remember, Siri has a new look and feel when you hold this button here. There's a variety of ways to access it, but I'm going to hold this button, and you'll see that glow, right? That is the S word, glow. What I want to do is I'm going to ask a question. If it's too complex and it's something a lot more involved that Siri can't handle, it's going to actually ask if you want to use ChatGPT to help you along. So this is the ChatGPT integration, all integrated within Siri. So let's do this. Share. Tell me plans for a 3-day trip in Los Angeles for fun things that I can do. So right here, it even tells you, I'll need to use ChatGPT to write that. Should I go ahead? I'm going to say use ChatGPT. It says that it's working, so we're going to give it a few moments to think. And then check this out right here in line. here's a fun itinerary for a 3-day trip to Los Angeles. Day 1, it tells me visit the iconic Hollywood Walk of Fame. In the afternoon, go to the Griffith Observatory, which is incredible. Y'all got to go there. And then an evening in downtown LA at LA Live. Day 2, Santa Monica Pier. Afternoon, Venice Beach. So they have laid out in 3 days the things that maybe when you're visiting a new city or town, what you could do to enjoy it. Now, what's also fun about this is ChatGPT delivers this. Up here in this top right corner, I'm going to copy this. So this copies all the text. So it can be saved and then let's say thrown into notes that you can save and just have on the record. So, right, not only does it deliver this, you can use it in other ways. So that is one of the ways that ChatGPT is integrated. Let's do something else that's maybe might be a little more complex. I'm not sure, but let's try this. I'm having some guests over. Could you help me with a 3-course meal that has steak as the main course? Again, I'll need to use ChatGPT. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I'd be delighted to help. Here we go. Appetizer, caprese salad. They know me. A grilled ribeye steak for the main course. And dessert, a chocolate lava cake. All these dishes complement each other. You could even throw in things like, oh, what someone's vegan and come up with different options. So this is all directly connected with the ChatGPT integration. Now, when you first set up your phone, it does ask you if you actually are a paying member. So you will get some of those benefits, but you can use this absolutely for free. It's all integrated into here. It doesn't, this information is not shared or go anywhere. It stays in Apple's own secure pipeline. So that's pretty slick of how ChatGPT works. And you can obviously see how it just delivers so much more robust information. Siri itself, can do things like give you access to Apple's knowledge base. You can do timers and corrections. We've seen all that, but I think the ChatGPT integration is really where this gets kicked up another notch. Okay, so we showed you some of that, but now let's talk about visual intelligence, all right? Now, this was previewed at Apple's fall event when they released the new iPhone 16 and 16 Pro. That is this button here, right? That is the camera control. And typically, when you use camera control, if you press it once, it launches you to take a photo. That's the whole point of it. You have all those different controls, sliding controls. But with visual intelligence, what I do is I'm going to do a long press on it. So I have a few items here that I'm going to pick up to show you how this is actually going to work. So let's start off here. So this is a business card, right? Do people still hand out business cards? They do. But what's interesting about visual intelligence is what it can pull from it. So I'm going to hold the visual intelligence button. It's going to go like this, okay? It has a very minimalistic look right now, and I'm going to hold this business card up to it, and I'm just going to, you have some options on the left and right, but I'm just going to click the center button right now, okay? You can see that scan, and what happens is it actually highlights the different text. It can see there's a website. I can jump to that directly if I wanted to, but if I hit these 3 dots, it shows me a lot of the information on here, which allows me to basically add it as a contact, add it to all this address, phone information, email, that's all there. So Comic Connect, just got a plug. I got this card from a Comic Con, but that's how at least initially visual intelligence can work, let's say with a business card. If you're going to somewhere like a business, you take a picture of the exterior, it'll also be able to pull that information for you. But let's also see what other things visual intelligence can do with the help of, quite honestly, both Google and ChatGPT. So I have something like this. Yeah! My Infinity Gauntlet piggy bank. So what I'm going to do here is, again, let me see if I can hold this out a little further. There we go, okay? So I'm going to take this photo here in visual intelligence. And what you'll see here is it took the photo, but because there's no text based on Apple's kind of default setup, there's not much to do. You can search for it via image. You can ask it something about, but what I want to do actually show you where I think this is a lot more handy. Now, on the right-hand side, this is that image search. This is partnering basically with Google, and if I click that button, it's going to take a picture of that Infinity Gauntlet and then show me, right, similar images of it, just like you would like if you're using, quite honestly, Google Lens, right? So you have that, and it even tells you directly more results from Google. So this is clearly a partnership that they've worked on with their visual intelligence. Now I got another thing here. Let's click the button on the left. Trust me, I'm holding this. My arm is getting sore, okay? Let's go here. It scanned the Infinity Gauntlet, and this is now using the knowledge base of ChatGPT. I get this really cool Description: this is a model of a fictional gauntlet featuring 6 colorful stones. Yes, it talks about the Infinity Gauntlet from Marvel Comics. Okay, but then here's what's fun. Let's follow up with ChatGPT. Okay, so I'm going to hit here and I'm going to say, what movies did this appear in? It's working on it. The Infinity Gauntlet, central to the plot of Marvel movies Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. So again, you can just see how powerful ChatGPT adds another layer within, right? It's all in line. You don't jump out to a separate app, but it's all part of, visual intelligence. And like I showed you with Siri earlier. So let's do one more just because we're having fun here. Oh, let me reach. I know there's a lot going on here. Okay, so I got this Blu-ray DVD of The Last Dance. Let's see. Let's do it again here. I typically, with stuff that has information about it, I instinctually now have just jumped over to the ChatGPT option because it gives you so much information. The Last Dance is a critically acclaimed documentary series. Yes, it is. Okay, let's follow up with more. Where can I buy this? And it's working on that. All right, it tells me you can purchase The Last Dance on DVD or Blu-ray from online stores like Amazon or eBay. So that is the visual intelligence with, again, not only Apple's own use case, but also Google's integration and then ChatGPT integration. So I'm going to put this back here. Okay, so let's now finally talk about also some other things in iOS 18.2 writing tools. And they've done some new things here, but what we're going to do is let's launch our Mail app. And I do want to let you know right out of the gates, one of the cool things that I was excited about with Mail is this new sorting option. This has been basically unlocked and a part of 18.2. This has nothing to do with image creation tools, but this is just kind of one of the other features coming to 18.2. So remember here, you have Mail categories. There's primary, there's receipts, orders, and deliveries. There's news, subscriptions, and social. And then there's promotions, right? How many of those that we get. But I love how these categories are now right up top. They're color coded and you can just jump to them if you want. But obviously I'm going to stay mostly in primary. Okay. Let's talk about some of the new writing tools. Now we've already seen what's available in 18.1 where you can proofread something, where you can change the style and tone of it. But this is a new way to deal with writing tools. So let's actually write an email here and show you some of the new writing tools. I'm going to just verbalize something really quick. Hey, this is going to be a long trip to Yosemite. Let's just keep things cool. Look at the big picture. Everything is going to be okay. And also Yosemite is going to be amazing with the nature. I just think that the best idea is to go in with the right type of thinking. Okay, so I have the statement. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select all this text. Okay, and this is how you actually get to the writing tools. But I'm going to click over here, writing tools, right? This is one of the ways you can get to it. And sure, I could have it proofread. I could also have it rewrite. We've seen these before, different styles, friendly, professional, concise. But instead of having to hit those, I can actually say, describe your change. So let's do this. Make this very direct and deliberate. So it's going to take my message, condense it down. This is a lot more serious. The trip to Yosemite will be long. Let's stay calm and focused for the overall experience. Yosemite's natural beauty will be incredible. The right mindset is crucial for a successful time. It almost sounds like, suck it up. But instead of, some of those options that they have, you can massage it and this is a new thing, right? Describe how you want the text to, be presented. So that is one of the new things that are part of the writing tools, but I want to show you at least in Mail, you have the different sorting and then you have the writing tools that are all a part of it. But overall, I think that, I wanted to give you all a real good sense of what iOS 18.2 developer beta has. It's not available for the general public yet. It is available to developers. So this is kind of a behind the scenes first look. It just came out. There's gonna be plenty more to discover and play around with. I would say right now, I don't know how much I would on a consistent basis use all these image creation features, but I do feel like they are fun. They are quirky. I think when you first get it, you're gonna be playing around with this thing for hours, but it's a nice addition. I think the ChatGPT integration is probably the biggest revelation here. It works on so many levels in so many ways, and that has really enhanced how your phone works. The other thing that is really going to take this to a whole nother level, I know it sounds corny, is once Apple adds that personal context where it knows the information that's on your phone, where I can ask it, hey, when is my mom's flight coming in? Hey, where can we go eat that's nearby at this time? What was the reservation we had in a week? Things like that that will automatically be able to pop up based on how Apple is presenting it to us. That creates a whole picture for this, and we don't know when that's coming out. That might roll out sometime next year, but iOS 18.2 developer beta is available now for developers, and there you go. I'd love to hear in your comments, what do you think about the image creation? We want to just give you a real experience with it, and to show you what it's like just by using it, not just kind of like making this really polished video. This is exactly what you saw is what you get. So there you go. First look and hands-on with iOS 18.2.